Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Who are these people?
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Don't be rude.
Who are these?
Who are these people?
Welcome to another episode of Pro Wrestling Talk. I would tell you what number it is, but I probably screwed up the numbers at some point because Indy was long, but there were 253s and 152 and blah, blah, blah. So it's another episode. I'm Angel Rivera alongside Mrs.Witchy Perfect. Adam, don't forget to check out on the INN main channel at 10 o'clock is How Do We Miss That with Reef and Indy. Also, right after that is the Boat Smacking Each Other Boat Show, which is probably around midnight. They usually started at. So if you're up, go check them out. By the way, we're at 69 subscribers on the INN the Ocho channel where we're on right now. So one more to 70 and 30 more for 100. So we're getting there. We're getting there. It takes some time though, slow. So let's see. Here. So let's start. Okay. So I figured, how are you doing, by the way?
Oh, me, I'm good. Sorry about that. Just checking something out on my phone real quick. Yeah, I'm good. Just saw something. They were like introducing the Michael McGillicuddy. If you want to see that, check out my X. I was like, holy shit, it's Joe. We love you, Joe. Come back, please. No. Joe can do what he wants. No, I just saw that in passing. I was like, holy shit, Joe Hennig.
Well.
So if you want to check that out, check out my ex. Also at 9 o'clock, I have a new episode coming out, episode 90. Now I forgot what it was. So episode 90 of Nobody Beats Kurt Hennig Nobody. And let me just check really quick here. It is his Kurt Hennig is in a AWA Battle Royal with Dusty Rhodes. So if you want to check that out, 9 o'clock, it comes out on Rumble. I will get the tweets out there. So at 9:05, it'll be pinned to my my X account. So if you can check us out, check it out. Coming up soon. Oh, I would. You know what? I wasn't even paying attention to John Cena at this point because I was so pissed. I'm like, boring.
Yeah, did you guys know John Cena was calling out spots in the main event of Money in the Bank last night?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I didn't notice it, but again, I believe you because he always does it. So maybe I
Yep.
wasn't really paying attention because. But
I'm
yeah,
sure
we'll
he
definitely
was.
get to that match. I'm sure he was though. Let's see. Hi Max, Damien, thank you for joining us. CBC, thank you. So I figured, I managed to piss off most of the internet wrestling community yesterday
Uh-oh.
in between
What'd you do?
shows. Well, apparently there's the AEW just signed real quick, just signed this female wrestler, and I didn't know who the hell she was.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that she was somebody told me she was Will Ospreay's wife who got an AEW contract. Like,
Ooh.
oh,
What?
so a nepotism hire. That's all I put. Oh
Oh,
my god, did everybody go crazy?
everybody melted down
She
on the internet at you.
yeah.
How
Everybody
dare
was like,
you?
they're like, everybody's like, well, I mean, she's a great worker. Is she? How do you host a wrestling podcast? I never heard of her or anything. I'm like, she's
Easy,
in
you
London.
know, we
He's in
don't
the British wrestling scene. Like, I don't have
yeah.
time to go around checking out obscure indies. I'm sorry, I don't. It's not the type of show that we are. If you want that, there's plenty of shows out there that does that. Trust me. And
CB,
so
really quick. CBC, if you look up Kurt Podcast 0420, it's Kurt at Kurt Podcast 0420. That is my ex name. Or if you just look up Nobody Beats Kurt Hennig, nobody, you should see like my little X there, and I have like in parentheses, it's Mrs. Witchy. So for CBDC. Sorry about that. But hi everybody. And go ahead. You pissed off the internet because we never heard of this woman. It's not like she's been on any other programs.
no, she's not on
or
any
indie
major
circuits
television
that we know of.
So Corey Bremen of Fightful, which is the Fightful Select, is that website, that dirt sheet website. He's like, Alex Windsor is her name. Signed with AEW was a no-brainer. She had been killing it for so long. That dog collar match she had with Danny Luna was phenomenal.
She had a dog collar match. Yeah, they did that back in the territories as a wow factor.
Yeah,
and it wasn't really a wow factor back then. I think the only dog collar match I know is like Piper had one with oh shit.
Let's see.
Piper had one with somebody. I want to say Junkyard Dog.
I
That's
remember
what I
one
want to
Junkyard
say.
Dog. Yeah.
I think Piper had one with Junkyard Dog, but I don't know the rest of it.
I do remember
if that's not right, I don't
seeing
know.
that. I do remember seeing that. So, anyways, I know I'm gonna review both of these shows in a minute, but I just want to show how angry everybody was at me. This guy tweeted this at me, the WWE logo, and like, I'm a bootlicker for WWE.
No, we're not. Look, there's people on NXT I don't even know about. I know Alexa King, but I mean that's because he's Brian Pillman Jr. He's Brian Pillman's son. I know Brock is coming in, Brock Steiner. But that's only because you gave me the little thingy with him and Mark Henry's son, Jacob Henry. So, I mean, the rest of them, I was like, who the fuck are these people? I've never heard of them in my life, So it's not just, AEW that we'd never heard of.
So you co-host a wrestling podcast, yet you don't know anything about wrestling. Okay.
Yeah, actually,
I didn't respond. I didn't respond to all these because I would have spent the entire day on X, but
and after like 5 minutes, you're just like, really, people? Yeah. Fuck you.
This shows this shows you to be ignorant of the UK European wrestling scene. This is by far one of the biggest names.
Do they have a television? Are they on TV? Yeah, of course we're ignorant of it because we don't fucking live in England, motherfuckers. Sorry.
Let me guess another Michael Aku. Let me guess another name never heard of. You don't know shit. No, I never heard of him either.
I never heard of him.
Sounds like that's a you problem. Educate yourself on her catalog and prepare to be amazed.
No,
I didn't care enough to look her up.
Yourself. I don't have to educate myself on AEW because it's shit. It's literal shit. You fucking little bootlicker.
Just because you don't understand
like the boots of a fucking billionaire who literally can't do any fucking wrestling. AEW sucks. I'm not paying $50 a pop just to watch fucking garbage wrestling indie shit.
Look, just because you don't understand Alex Windsor's pedigree doesn't mean it's a Nepo hire. You can ask any British wrestling fan and they'd be on the top of the women's wrestlers.
Exactly.
Malachi probably
Ammo.
being most similar as a hire back married to Selena. He's referring to Aleister Black. And it's like, okay,
Aleister Black just came back to WWE, and to be honest, to be truer than true, I don't like Aleister Black. I don't like Penta because these are AEW guys who thought they made it in AEW and literally are shit. Penta almost broke the neck of Chad Gable, and I don't even like Chad Gable.
My man here, Mike from TWP, says, "Nah, brother, you're just ignorant." Yeah,
right,
I'm sorry,
sure
I have
we
a
are.
life.
Go suck a dick.
Yes, and AEW apparently only ones that do it, right? Referring to Solo and Jacob, all the Nepo hires WWE do.
Hey, we can't help it that second generations don't want to be in fucking AEW and kill themselves for fucking AEW stupid bullshit wow factors that, you know.
I didn't notice how many times this account responding to me. This account responded to me at least 5 times. Yeah, this would be terrible if someone was hired because they knew an executive. This is The Rock's daughter, Ava.
Oh, that's see, I don't even know who that is. And
again, that's it. And I agree, that's a Nepo hire. I never said she wasn't, and she can't even wrestle. She just does.
The thing is, people have to understand. We know that who the kids of these wrestlers are because we fucking watched wrestling back in the day. I've been watching wrestling since I was 4 years old, y'all. I mean, I became a Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig fan because of Kerry Von Erich and Kurt Hennig at SummerSlam 1990. I was 4 years old. I know what the fucking hell I'm talking about because I used to watch wrestling that long ago. So you little fucking Nepo, whatever, sympathizers or little bitches, you whiny little bitches on X can go suck a dick because I literally have more information on that than you do. All you know is AEW is the shit. What about AEW is so great for you? The fact that they literally have people going through fucking real glass. They fucking have people sticking screwdrivers in their fucking foreheads. You know what? Back in our day, we didn't have to do that shit. You know, the wrestlers in our day didn't have to do that shit. You know why? Because they could fucking wrestle. They didn't need the fucking other shit. They didn't need tables and ladders and chairs. And I got pissed about that last night in Money in the Bank. The fucking crowd was yelling, oh, we want tables. We want... No, fuck the tables. You already got fucking ladder matches, and that's bad enough. So fuck you.
This guy said, if you co-host a wrestling podcast, shouldn't you be a hardcore wrestling fan? Like implying that because I didn't know her, I'm not a hardcore fan.
So we're supposed to like suck the dick of... first of all, I hate to break this to you guys, but we don't really get compensated for this show as much as you guys think we are. So we're not really millionaires and billionaires. So go suck a dick anyway, since you love to suck the dick of Tony Khan. Who is a fucking billionaire, and stop worshiping fucking billionaires who fucking hate you. So anyway, that's my thing. The second thing is yeah, we do have we do co-host a wrestling program, but again, you fucking are what, 20 years old, 19 years old. You fucking never seen a WWE match back in 1990 or 1991. And I've literally seen older stuff that I wasn't even fucking born yet. And it's still better than the stupid shit that they have on fucking AEW.
Yep. This is Cruising with Kayfabe podcast. I don't know who they are, and I looked, and it said a wrestling podcast born from the Jericho Cruise. We talk about wrestling and the people involved in this beautiful sport. So apparently, this podcast
Jericho has never been good. Have you watched him in WCW? If you watched Jericho in WCW, he was nothing but a whiny little fucking bitch, and I hated him then. And he's nothing but a fucking whiny bitch now. So I didn't like Jericho at all.
He or she, whoever runs this account, I don't know who does this podcast, but he says, you run a wrestling podcast, but don't have time to watch clips. You spent more time typing that excuse than it would to pull up a highlight reel. Just say you don't value learning and move on.
Why the fuck would we? First of all, it's copyright. First of all, it's copyright on YouTube to bring up anything stupid AEW and Tony Khan have to offer. Second of all, I would not spend 2 seconds on AEW clips. You know why? Because they're all shit. The only clips I've seen are Jim Cornette talking about it, and it's literal shit. You know, we don't have $50 to spend on these fucking pay-per-views that are absolute garbage. So I'm so glad that you guys have $50 to fucking throw in the toilet so that you can sit here and say, Tony Khan, oh, scissor me daddy. Fuck you. Suck a dick. Must be nice to have fucking money.
I bet a lot of these people don't actually pay for the pay-per-views and they stream them illegally. That's what I'm willing to bet.
Exactly. You probably get it for fucking free because you are doing it illegally. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not doing that shit to watch garbage wrestling anyway.
I could do it, but I don't do it because it's not worth my time. But anyways, I responded to this podcast. No, I have a life outside of podcasting. I have time to go around, look up wrestling clips from obscure companies.
Really?
But you have time to argue back and forth is the point. You got like it's 1997. You need to find footage. She wrestled at Rev Pro in AEW. You want to be obtuse.
Let me tell you something. Again, I was 11 years old, and so was Angel back in 1997. And even WCW, at the worst time of WCW in 2000 and 2001, even when it was dirt shit from Vince Russo, was better than anything on AEW. Anything. Name anything on AEW today, and I bet you WCW was fucking better than it ever will be on AEW. Even when WCW was going out of business.
Yeah, again, you act like I'm going to take time off my busy day just to look up which indie wrestlers Tony Khan may or may not
I hate to break it to all these people, but I have 4 jobs. Okay, I have 4 jobs. I have a job in the computer industry where I tear computers apart for a living. I have 2 other shows that I'm responsible for, plus I have this show. So anytime you feel like walking in my shoes, bitch, you go ahead and do it. You try to find the time for all these fucking clips that we're supposed to be watching and going, oh, Tony Khan, oh, I want to suck your dick. Go fucking suck a dick yourself.
So quickly, this is the guy of Fightful who calls himself a, quote, wrestling reporter for Fightful and Fightful Select. He took time, multiple tweets at me. So apparently this is Alex Windsor here on the right-hand side. This is Will Ospreay's wife, where everybody had a problem with me for not knowing who she was.
I mean, it's not like we haven't seen her on any indie clips. I've searched X forum. I can't find them. So I don't know what these fucking people are talking about. If you literally want to suck Tony Khan's dick, do it on your own time. Because I got other shit I got to talk about. I have a wrestler that literally could beat everybody on that fucking AEW roster and not even break a fucking sweat. Kurt Hennig is the greatest wrestler to ever live. Even Bret Hart could beat the shit out of everybody on AEW. And if I remember correctly, Bret Hart approached Tony Khan about doing, bringing up the talent in AEW. And you know what Tony Khan said? He told Bret Hart to go suck a dick. So go suck a dick yourselves, you fucking dick suckers. Sorry, but I don't have time between my 4 fucking jobs, and I'm going to actually get another one. So go suck a dick, all of you.
Yeah. So this is the second tweet. I've never heard of a wrestler that must be a nuppo hire is insanely arrogant logic. So that's 2. I think there's a third one here somewhere. Yep. No, yeah, you're an idiot. Another one, 4. Alex Windsor is literally one of the best women's wrestlers in Europe, and the argument can be made that she is the best. People who say she only signed because of Will never watched her wrestle. So
okay, yeah, 4. We never watched her wrestle because guess what? We're in the fucking United States, and I have not seen any clips with her on it, motherfuckers. So take your dick sucking and do it on your own time. I got better shit to worry about than fucking Will Ospreay, who literally is a piece of shit and can't fucking wrestle. That's why he's on a secondary low ratings show. Look at the fucking ratings and don't tell me about Max because nobody knows about fucking Max. And if you think you do, you're a fucking liar. Go on look at the fucking ratings for AEW. They have not even hit 1 million, where WWE has hit their at 2 or 3 million. So go suck a dick. Fuck you. And if you don't like it, suck my husband's dick, you assholes. Jesus Christ. I had never heard so much whining and crying since my son was a freaking toddler and a baby.
Yeah, I mean, that's the IWC for you. That's why I barely interact with them. But when I do, I even get reporters from Fightful, like famous wrestling dirt sheets, going after me. And 4 tweets, by the way. 4. I thought you'd be more busy than to tweet at some random wrestling podcast who barely gets 100 views an episode. I mean, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Right, thanks for making us relevant and getting more eyes to the show. Yeah, I mean, that's only going to help us. And really,
that's why I was.
I mean, really, if you think about it, I mean, all they're doing is kicking themselves in the ass. I mean, we're just trying to do an honest program from what we remember. Again, these are probably 19-year-old kids who sit on the fucking internet all day and just report on wrestling. Well, good for you. But I remember when wrestling was real. Like, I remember the tail end of the territories and WWE or WWF at the time. I remember that because I was old enough to know better and still too young to care. But I had to actually go watch. I know you don't do this, you guys, because you're two pimply ass 19-year-olds sitting on the internet jacking off to Tony Khan all day while I'm fucking working with my hands at a real fucking job, because that's what you need, a real fucking job. But also, I actually look back at clips that I wasn't even born yet. I didn't come till 86, guys, but I watched all kinds of clips from 82, from 79, 78. Guys, I wasn't born till 86, but that doesn't mean I don't do my research and do actual, reporting on older clips. Because I am a real journalist. I'm more journalist than these fucking pimply ass people on the fucking internet jacking off to indie shit that is literally bullshit.
There you go.
I'm so glad that you guys have lives. Or don't have lives.
It didn't. Yeah, I just laughed at it. Like, these people are really taking time, and this is in between shows, because this is right before Worlds Collide aired. Worlds Collide aired on YouTube, and then it was in between the shows, and I'm okay. So luckily, I had better things to do. I didn't respond to everybody. It's like here, one or two here or there, but yeah. So
they wouldn't like if I responded. I would have been like, really, guys? I have 4 jobs. Anytime you want to take me up on getting 4 jobs and then still having time to do podcasts and shit, by all means, please let me hear that. But the thing is, we don't watch AEW because I don't want to watch garbage wrestling. I think you and I were talking about this. They are just one indie circuit away from having a Ospreay piss in the face or piss in the mouth of someone other wrestler. Or Kenny Omega doing that shit. First of all, Kenny Omega is a pedophile. I'm sorry that hurt your little fucking feelings, but I just saw him on pictures on X in women's clothing. So he's also a transvestite. Woohoo! I hope that makes you fucking happy and makes you jack off to pictures of a man in women's clothing. Hey, if that turns you on, great. But you're literally worshiping a pedophile who wrestles 8-year-old kids and a sex doll. Good for you. That makes you so proud. I'm sure your parents are so fucking proud of you as you sit there jacking off to bullshit. I don't do that stuff. I have a fucking life, y'all. I have an 8-year-old son who I love and adore. But that doesn't mean I sit there and jack off all day to stupid bullshit garbage wrestling.
There you go. Well said. Now, let's get into... I'm going to quickly go through Worlds Collide. I did watch it, so...
Yeah, I didn't watch
it. And then, I watched it, and there's 5 matches. It's not going to take me long to go through this. Well, the show opens. There's an opener. Let's see. They show Rey Mysterio coming out of the car. It's like, oh, Rey's going to be here. Cutting a promo. Okay. Then we go to the commentary desk. It's Corey Graves, and on color is Conan. So
Conan, my man Conan, yo.
Yeah, he's on color, and the reason why he's on color is because he's the booker of AAA, so he had to be there in order to explain who these characters are and why we should care.
I didn't know he was the booker. Oh, okay, yeah. Cool. Go Conan. I mean, I like Conan because not only was he in WCW, and I remember him in the NWO. Of course, I also remember that he also answered a fan mail. He answered my fan mail about Kurt Hennig. So. Yeah. Again, I mean, kudos to Conan. I didn't know he was the booker, though, but I'm glad to see him back at commentary. I was very excited.
He's booking AAA, and now he's going to continue booking AAA for WWE, but they added Jeremy Borash and somebody else to the booking team. So it's not just him anymore. So
not just him. Okay.
Yeah, so anyways, and then Ray came out, he cut his promo, and then... They were the Mexican national anthem and the American blah, blah, blah. Shawn Michaels in the ring with Triple H. And first, Shawn looks... No, but they're in charge of NXT and WWE, so they kind of were there, but awkwardly. Okay. But
Yeah,
But
I'm like,
yeah,
you guys aren't luchas.
yeah.
You like lingerie?
So,
Well, you're a guy, Max.
all right. So anyways, Conan, before the first match started, basically explained to the audience, look, this is not the type of wrestling you're used to seeing, so this is going to be unapologetically lucha libre. So, and this first match definitely was. The first match on the card was Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana defeating the Latino World Order, Dragon League, Cruz del Toro, and Lince Dorado by pinfall. Yeah,
I'm
this
sorry, I
match was
couldn't get.
unapologetic.
It was garbage. I'm sorry. The puppet
This
with
match,
Mr. Iguana, I was like,
yeah,
oh God, no.
yeah. I'm watching this match because I watched Lucha Libre in Mexico, so
I
I'm
just
like, I
watched
know what's
clips, y'all. I
coming.
was at work. You know that
I,
thing where you
yeah,
have a real
yeah.
job. You know, yeah.
I knew it was coming. So, but this match was like, whoa! Especially when Mr. Iguana got in the ring with his iguana
Oh
puppet,
my! I was
and
like, oh
and these
God,
guys started selling for the
nowhere from
puppet,
doubt.
and they're selling for this puppet and taking bumps for it and stuff, like, like it's another wrestler or something. And I'm like, oh, if Witchy saw this, she would either be violently ill or very angry, so, or
And when I
both.
tell you,
So
when I watched the clip, I was like, oh, I gotta go puke now. Ugh. It's like the wrestling the Invisible Man. It's what Jim Cornette would say about it. You know,
yeah,
I can't wait to hear what he says.
if he watched this, he's probably there's gonna be a long
A
rant
long
about
thing
this.
on a long clip
Yeah,
on YouTube.
but nobody sold anything. There were a bunch of flips. It went a million miles an hour. I couldn't really follow it, but at the same time, it was like, oh, what a cool flip. Okay, nice flip. Like, great athletes, but I don't know what's really going on because they're going a million miles an hour.
Right.
So ultimately, Mr. Iguana's team won. They won by pinfall. Whatever. After the match, we had Dominic coming out to ringside and challenging Octagon Jr. for an Intercontinental title match at Money in the Bank later that night. So that happened. The
It was
next
okay.
match,
I thought them inserting Dominic because of his father, Ray, was kind of unique because Ray was also a lucha back in WCW.
Yeah.
See, guys, I'm used to the lucha libre that was like, Chavo Guerrero, Eddie Guerrero, Juventud Guerrera was the other one I was thinking of. Rey Mysterio was another one. I'm used to that lucha libre.
So that match was what it was. The next match had Stephanie Vacor and Lola Vice defeating Chick Tormenta y Dallas by pinfall.
Now,
Stephanie
guys,
Vacor did nothing in this match. Very little.
Very little.
And there's a reason for that.
Yeah, that was a reason for that.
She was booked for Money in the Bank later that day.
She would have to work twice. But I hate to say this, but Stephanie's growing on me. Like because her and I share the same first name. But no, I digress. No, she has something. She was in NXT for a long time, and she made one appearance on the AEW. I didn't watch it because I'm not interested in AEW at all.
I didn't watch it either, but it was that Forbidden Door pay-per-view when she put over Mercedes.
Right.
And that was it. She was gone right after that today.
And she was gone because she knew the writing on the wall of this is bullshit. This is garbage wrestling. But when she got into NXT, when I first saw her on Raw I think it was a month ago, maybe a couple weeks.
They used her. Yeah.
But they used her and she was really good. I was like, and I don't like any of the girls because I'm a girl myself. If I want to watch titties bouncing up and down, I can watch my own titties bouncing up and down. But no. But I mean, I really like Rhea grew on me too. I really like Rhea Ripley and I like Stephanie Valkyrie. I think good things are in the works for Stephanie. Even though she had a chance to win it, she was this close.
I was hoping she would win Money in the Bank. We'll get to that later, but little bit in a few minutes, but she ultimately fell short. So the match itself, Lola Vice worked most of it. She took the heat, but Lola Vice got lost a few times. It seemed like she didn't know what the hell was going on, and I was like, "Oh, she gets lost there." This is like because these two girls work like basically what Conan compared to like strong style in Japan. So they work like a strong style type of offense, and Stephanie's used to it, but Lola was kind of like, "What the fuck?" She got lost a number of times. And those girls, those girls kind of got frustrated at this point, like, what the
Okay.
fuck, bitch, come here. So other than that, it was I noticed those mistakes. It was a okay match.
Right.
It wasn't great, but Stephanie
Well,
didn't
and
do much.
what I'm thinking is they may be in a role where, WCW or WCW. Sorry, I can't get over WCW. Where WWE might take them to a school. They may have been brought up in a school, but I mean, I'm saying they could really take them under their wing and like a Shawn Michaels kind of thing, and kind of work these women back up, like through NXT, like they did with Stephanie and they did with Roxanne Perez and Julia. I like to see some of that going on more with the AAA now, the Lucha Libres. I think they got something. They may get lost from time to time because they're not exactly up to par.
These are two different styles. These are complete two. TKO buying AAA was like interesting. What are you gonna do with it? Because it's two totally different styles.
It just seemed like a business venture of this. The reason why they acquired AAA is I think it was just a business thing, a business venture. Hey, we're gonna buy out the competition and we're gonna, make it a part of WWE now.
Yeah, and also something to do with getting into the Mexican market because they needed some way in. So if they buy AAA, they can send down, like they have a lot of luchadors, and they could send them down there to Mexico and work and at least get them on television somehow, even if it's in Mexico.
Right.
So so that match was okay, was there. Stephanie didn't do much, but she ultimately won with her finish 1, 2, 3. It was like, okay, so I see what they did there. She worked 2 matches technically, but she didn't do much. So it was more like because they knew she had a brutal ladder match coming up, which it was brutal.
And that, no offense, but I'm not sure I really like her move where she just bangs your head with her legs. It looks like she's trying to hump you from the other side.
Yeah, that move.
Got to get another.
Quite frankly, that move got her over. with Booker T especially. Booker T loves that move when he's on commentary
because I'm sure he wants it done to him. But no,
so that move is a lot with WWE. They posted 4 different clips of her from last night or from Saturday, and there was 3 of them worth that move.
Of course.
So they know how to sell her. They're selling her, for that sex appeal and that move, but. Whatever works. I think she's a great worker. She doesn't need to do that. I think she's a
great worker. I expect great things from her, like Rhea Ripley. Rhea really, from where she started, I watched the Stephanie's Places or something. Another woman who shares my first name. I watched that one with Rhea Ripley, and I can't. When you see a Rhea Ripley when she first came in the business and you see her now, I'm like, holy shit. It's like a complete 360. She's really come a long way.
Rhea, and when she first got in, she looked like Charlotte Flair, a much taller one, a bigger one. But she was a ringer for Charlotte Flair. That's why basically if she didn't change her look completely, she probably wouldn't have made it because they would have just saw her another Charlotte Flair and got rid of her. So luckily she did what she did. Yeah.
Right. And they had good talent around her. I think the time with Dominic really upped her status, even though it was with Damian Priest and then Finn Balor and stuff. Finn Balor's a good worker. I want to see more from him other than just stepping on people. Like that's a move. I'm like, that's not a move. That's just stepping on people.
Yeah, I mean he's smaller, so it's tough to he's great in the ring, but and he has a good person. It's just tough to see him as a badass because he's like skinny.
Yeah, but, I mean, he's like what, 185 soaking wet? Something like that.
All right. The next match is Legado del Fantasma. Santos Escobar, Angel Humberto defeated El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano y Psycho Clown by pinfall. This match wasn't the first match. This match felt like more of a WWE style match. It was, a slow 6-man tag, basically. They did some flips and stuff, but at least it wasn't like their first match, which was a million miles an hour. It was a better match. It wasn't great, especially I'm not really in love with clowns. It's I'm still had that little boy that kind of scared of clowns, but
the Psycho I was never Clown scared of them. I never found clowns to be funny.
The Psycho Clown thing kind of bothered, like, but okay, we can get through this. All right, so that was a better match. You
didn't like Doink the Clown, then, did you? I wasn't really much for Doink. He was Matt Bourne, who was second generation. See, that's the thing. They call all these people now, like, if you had a father in the business, you're a Nepo baby. Okay, well, Kurt was second generation. Brett was second generation. Matt Bourne was second generation. Fucking Nick Bockwinkel was second generation. Greg the Hammer Valentine. And I can name more names that literally were second generations, and yet they never went around saying, oh, you're a Nepo baby. Oh, you're a Nepo baby. Oh, the only reason why you're in the business is because of your dad. Guys, that's the reason why they're in the business, is because they watched what their dads did and they loved it. You know, Kurt's been wrestling since he was very, very young.
Because he liked it. And they were like,
same with Brett.
But the reason why I called her a nepotism hire is because nobody knew who she was. But yeah, I mean, everybody lost their minds and started comparing to other people who are Nepo hires, and off they went. All right, so that match was better. It was a WWE style 6-man tag. It was, Legado del Fantasma won. So the next match on the card was a fatal 4-way for the North American title. NXT North American title was Ethan Page, the champion, defeating Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Rey Fenix by pinfall. This match was fine for what it was. It was a lot of flippy stuff.
Not really a big fan of Rey Fenix. Honestly, Rey Fenix and Penta are what, brothers? Are they blood brothers?
They're brothers.
Okay, so they're real brothers. Sometimes they just make up people and say, okay, you're brothers now. But they're really not. Kane and Undertaker, for example. Yeah. The Beverly Brothers is another one. Those two were not brothers in real life. But what I'm getting at is, see, Rey Fenix and Penta really didn't spark anything in me. And this has to do with AEW. They came from shit, and now they're doing stupid shit. And again, with Penta, Chad Gable's lucky he's not paralyzed or worse. We always give, Kevin Owens some grief, but honestly, I thought that was an angle. It's not really an angle. Kevin Owens really is hurt. I apologize to Kevin Owens because I thought it was just an angle. I'm like, oh, he'll be back.
No, he hasn't even had surgery yet, and he's been out since WrestleMania.
I think he's very nervous about it. That's what I saw.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I mean, I'm not.
I'd be
criticizing
really sweating bullets. Yeah, I'd be really scared. I'd be scared shitless.
I mean, that was dangerous spot. I mean, I don't know why Chad agreed to do that, but yeah.
So I mean, Penta and Rey Fenix just haven't really sparked anything in me because, again, they came from AEW. They're really not that good wrestlers. I would have rather, instead of coming to the main roster, what I would have loved to have seen is Rey Fenix and Penta going to NXT. I think if they had built up a little bit in NXT to, develop themselves, get themselves over. Now Penta is over, but people are kind of like, who the hell is Rey Fenix? They're kind of like, who is this person? But I think what they needed to do was from AEW, they should have put them in NXT. Just my opinion. Let them develop themselves a little bit. Let them get over and whatever. That's okay.
I don't know why Indy's logo was there, but I just had to turn off the camera real quick. We're good. Yeah, okay. I mean, so let's see. That match was okay. I mean, they did a lot of their flips and stuff. The only thing I could say is, other than the first match, everybody really sold well, which is for Mexican Lucha Libre. That's a big deal. They even sell a little bit. So. All right, so the next match was the main event for the AAA Mega title or championship. El Hijo del Vikingo, the champion, defeated Chad Gable by pinfall.
Okay, so we've seen it. Go ahead.
We've seen El Hijo del Vikingo on WrestleMania coverage, on Raw and SmackDown these last month or so. Triple H really wants to use him as the top guy in AAA, so that's why he's being featured a lot on Raw and SmackDown. He hasn't wrestled on Raw and SmackDown yet, but he's being featured there, so obviously they have plans for him to be like the top guy there in Mexico, even though he already was champion 2 or 3 times, but they really want to build around him, the AAA promotion.
Okay, I see where you're going.
But yeah, I mean, the match itself was not horrible. It was actually pretty good. I thought, oh wow, Hijo del Vikingo is selling.
Right.
Not only is he selling, but he's
as long as he's selling, because I just don't like when they're doing all these high flyers, they're doing kicks and stuff, and then these super kicks, and I'm just like, oh, come on, somebody sell something. Let me know it looks like it hurts. Make me believe it.
Sold,
you know?
Yeah, he sold, and I can nitpick the match. They brought out a table for no reason, even though it wasn't booked as no disqualification, but they ended up using a table.
Of course,
it's an issue. Referee didn't call for the bell, didn't disqualify anybody. There was no countouts. It was complete. And look, and Conan explained, oh, well, this is how we do it in Mexico. Or we're more relaxed with the rules. Basically, that was his excuse for why this was okay, even though it didn't make much sense.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I never seen Mexican wrestling. Sorry.
Yeah, in the U.S. context, it doesn't make much sense. I understand and I'll get into this a little bit later. But getting back to the match, at one point, Vikingo did like a 720 flip. Didn't look at Chad Gable once. Didn't look at him, but assumed he was there, and Chad Gable was there. So I was like, come on, at least take a glance and make sure he was there. Do something,
Right. For all the grief I give Chad Gable, I will say he is a good worker. And when it comes to doing spots, he's always there. It could have ended really badly with Penta the other day. So, I mean, kudos to Chad Gable for popping right back up. And, I'm so glad he didn't break his neck, because he's a good worker and we need him. But
that was the best match of the show. And a lot of it's that to do with Chad Gable. I mean, that's why
because he's a good
they
worker,
book him in these matches with the luchadors, because if anybody get a good match out of them, it's Chad Gable.
It's Chad Gable, yep. And like I said, I give him a lot of grief, but, I just do it because I love. I pick on you because you're a good worker. And
what's funny, Vikingo, and we only got 20 minutes before 8. But real quick, Vikingo, he appeared a lot in AEW, and of course he no-sold everything. He did his flips. He went a million miles an hour. He didn't give a shit because he wasn't under contract to AEW, and Tony probably gave him a nice chunk of change, just one appearance here and there. So that's where I first saw him, and then WWE is completely different. He's a worker. It's like, oh, okay, he's not as bad as I thought he was. Okay, well, he could be something in the main roster one day because Triple H already taken a liking to him. So, but yeah, that was Worlds Collide. A few other notes real quick. Lillian Garcia did all the announcements in Spanish and didn't translate any of it, which again, most of the audience was Mexican in the arena, which is why they didn't feel the need to translate. But like, what about the American audience at home? I kind of want to watch Lucha
Libre, but you
could
get the audience into it if you translated it. You could actually get that American, following. I guess. I mean, I used to be into Lucha, but it was in the WCW time in 1997 and 8. Stupid bugs, stupid gnats. But yeah, I used to like that, and to get it into English would be beneficial for AAA going forward, because again, you want that American audience to be wowed.
They had an English and Spanish stream on YouTube. The English stream, the English stream got 2.5 million views in 24 hours, and the Spanish stream got 1.5 million views in 24 hours. So 4 million views in 24 hours combined, which is better than what AEW can dream of doing. And that's a fucking Worlds Collide, a AAA show. It's not even the top show in WWE. It's just basically a show to introduce the AAA wrestlers to the American crowd. They didn't even care really what it drew. It was like, whoa, okay. So some of these guys, it was impressive. Some of these guys, I was even impressed.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't think it was going to draw anything because we didn't think the American audience would be into it. But I was shocked when, if you have that many views in such a little time and people are watching it, hey, translate it into English and, get a bigger audience. Now, I think the future is streaming. So it's always just going to be a streaming audience because they've gone from, USA to Netflix. And then they've also.
Just one more thing, we get to Money in the Bank. We only got 15 minutes. I mean, time flies. But I'm going to have to take a few extra minutes from Alex. Hope you don't mind. But what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I mean, their Triple Mania show is on August 10th. That's their WrestleMania, pretty much. that's where they bring in everybody, you know. So I'm sure that WWE is going to go all out for that show. Maybe I'm not sure whether it'll be on Peacock. They got to buy it on pay-per-view. It's going to be on YouTube. I'm interested to see how they do this because I'm
Yeah,
sure they're
and
going to
then
want
how they
a lot of
do
American
going
fans to
forwards, right?
watch.
Because
Yeah.
if it's going to draw
So
money, guess what? They're going to make it bigger and better. I mean, that's
yeah,
just WWE, but I mean, maybe there's a future for Lucha Libre.
I think there is, especially they're already planning how to merchandise Mr. Iguana. So they already like love him, you know, and it's like they're gonna
Oh, you'll
have
have masks where
merchandise
you
this
just go,
guy. Yeah, yeah. So they already talked about merchandising Mr. Iguana, and he appeared in Money in the Bank too. I'm not sure you saw him in the crowd, but
I
maybe you
did.
were.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to Money in the Bank because we gotta run through this. The Money in the Bank matches I won't really review because they're like car crashes, but we'll
I
still
give
talk
them
about the
negative
winners.
stars because
All
they
right.
took too long and they were too fucking boring.
Oh,
I'm just like, just
those
let me
matches were
fucking
way too
win.
long. All right. The opening match was the women's Money in the Bank winner match. Naomi won the Money in the Bank and she beat Alexa Bliss, Julia, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne, and Stephanie Vacor.
But I think we were
So
definitely shocked because none of us picked Naomi to win. We picked Rhea
no,
Ripley
she
or Stephanie Valkyrie,
yeah, I
though that
thought
would
they
be
would.
a short line to the top, real fast. But
Oh, please,
I would have never guessed Naomi because she's just been doing this soap opera kind of shit with her and Jade Cargill and
yeah, it
Bella
was
Bianca Belair.
Bianca.
Excuse
I'm
me,
sick of
not
that,
Bella.
honestly. It seems like
um,
they're trying to move her back into the main event picture.
Yeah,
So, and I
and
don't know how
Jimmy
that's going to
Uso,
work.
her husband, hasn't really been main eventing anything. He just kind of had something with Uso,
Excuse
Solo Sokola,
me.
excuse me, not Uso. He had something brief with some kind of beef with Solo Sokola. So I mean, Jimmy is not really. He's kind of floundering between that mid card range, but not really getting up to where Jay's level is, where he's the champion. But I mean, I was shocked when Naomi won. I thought
Yeah, I was
either
like,
Rhea
what?
Ripley was going to grab it, but then, her and what's her
That
name were, and then they hit the ladders. I was just like, oh, Jesus, just somebody win.
Stephanie,
I'm tired of this.
the thing that stuck out to me was Stephanie hitting her, her move on Rhea Ripley in the ladder, the one that's
Yeah.
getting over. That was like, then everybody,
Well, with men.
everybody doing
Yeah,
the
you can
Booker
hear
T
the,
thing,
oh,
yeah,
oh, oh, oh.
yeah.
I'm like, just, okay, just somebody win. I'm tired of this.
Yeah, other than that, I don't remember much else from this match. I mean, it's just a car crash between the girls. All right, so the next match was Dominic Mysterio defeating Octagon Jr. for the Intercontinental title in 4 minutes. It was
I
a quick
actually
match. It
like it.
was
Yeah, but I like this one because I
uh,
like Dominic Mysterio because the fans have sort of they've gotten behind him and they're starting to like cheer him now, even though he's supposed to be a heel with Liv Morgan. I can't believe how far Dominic has come. So much farther than Rey
yeah,
Mysterio.
he's good. He's gotten good. I mean,
Of course, Liv
he
had to, interfere.
Liv
And that's how he
interfered,
won.
so they
So
protected Octagon Jr. So,
yeah.
and people were saying, "Oh, they buried Octagon." Like, no, they didn't. They gave him 5 minutes on a big pay-per-view, and the Intercontinental Champion beat him, and he got some offense in. It wasn't like he just completely buried him like a jabroni. He got a lot of offense in,
Mm-hmm.
and Liv Morgan was the reason why he lost. Well, he didn't
Yeah, I
lose
mean,
clean,
it's not like he
so
won very
it's fine.
clean. He didn't. Yeah.
It's very similar to what they did with Joe Hendry at WrestleMania.
Right.
They gave him 5 minutes at WrestleMania with Randy Orton. Randy Orton gave him some offense. He
Right.
sold for him, hit the RKO, and beat him. I mean, it's not burial. They don't know what buried means anymore. A lot of these wrestling fans.
No, they
They
think
don't know
that,
what buried
they should
means.
have, 10-minute matches and they should be the winner. Guys, that's not how it is. They have to work up to this. They need to, first of all, AAA has a lot of wrestlers that are not over. And in WWE, people are over. The main roster is mostly over. I mean, because Seth Rollins is a heel and they still sing his fucking song. I'm like, oh, suck a dick, Seth Rollins. I hate you. But they still sing his song. But the fans, which is so much funnier, is the fans have really gotten behind Dominic Mysterio and really have they're trying to change him babyface because they don't want to boo Dominic anymore. Liv Morgan, they have no problems with, but Dominic, they really don't want to boo him anymore. Because they
we'll
used
see
to boo
how
him so bad that they literally he could not get his promos out. They would boo him and he couldn't talk.
I wonder how they're gonna flip him, because they're gonna flip him at some point, because he's getting a
I think it
babyface
has to do
reaction.
with Roxanne Perez because
Yeah.
again, the chicken nuggets thing that got me. I was
Mm-hmm.
laughing so hard, I almost
Yeah.
had milk coming out my nose.
The next match was for the women's Intercontinental title. Becky Lynch defeating Laura Valkyria. And of
This one
course,
I
she
didn't
held
give a
the
fuck
tights.
about.
She held the tights to win. And the
Yep.
stipulation was if Becky lost, she never would be able to challenge for women's Intercontinental title again. If Valkyria lost, she was forced to raise Becky Lynch's hand at the end of the match. So Becky won.
And they went overboard with it, I think.
Yeah, it was 3 separate times Becky demanded a hand raise. And the third time was putting the belt on her, and then eventually Lyra attacked her a little bit and then left. So
yeah, I think they went
it was what it
overboard with
was.
this.
It was what it was. It wasn't.
I just didn't really care about this match. I mean, I'm not really for Becky Lynch or Valkyria.
I'm not sold on Lyra. I mean, she's
Lyra.
She's a good worker, but and whenever she talks, it's like it comes across as fake. Like Becky's trying to get this girl over, make her to a star, but it's just I'm not feeling her, not yet at least. Maybe she does something later. It's like, okay, maybe she could, but right now I'm not. All right, so let's get through this real quick. The next match was the men's Money in the Bank ladder match with Seth Rollins defeating Andrade, El Grande Americano, LA Knight, Penta, and Solo.
Which is it's Chad Gable, guys. Stop trying to keep kayfabe when we already know kayfabe is dead.
They're trying to keep kayfabe with this. Throughout in the match, on commentary, Wade Barrett and Pat was like, "Oh no, that's not Chad Gable. That's El Grande Americano."
I was like, "It's Chad Gable, motherfuckers! Stop! Kayfabe is dead, y'all. Stop it. We all know that they're all fucking buddies. They all go have a beer afterwards. It's okay. Just let it die." I mean, even Michael Cole at the time said he had boots that said CG on them.
Yeah,
okay, Chad Gable. Yeah,
they were building
so
that
we all
up.
know
Yeah,
this.
Oh no, he, that doesn't mean Chad Gable. That means what did they say? GB. It was something. I don't remember what Wade
CG.
said,
Yeah,
but
CG. Chad Gable.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, guys, come on, stop with the kayfabe. You've already killed kayfabe enough.
So most of this match was built
Chad
around.
Gable.
Even though he didn't win, most of it was built by a Grande Americano. They were really like arguing about whether he was Chad Gable or not most of the match.
Right. And
so this shows me they have massive plans for that character. But let's get to the match itself. Not much happened. Let's get to the interference because that's more interesting to me. First, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker came out. Braun Breaker speared the living crap out of Chad Gable, let's say. Did you see that spear? It's like, whoa. It's like,
speared
just
right
killed
out
him.
Of his boots. I was like, oh, shit. I don't like, first of all, I don't like Seth Rollins. I like Braun Breaker, but I don't like Seth Rollins. It was great to see Braun, but I wish I could see him in a different role.
Yeah, right now he's basically, they took him out of the ring and kind of put him as like Seth Rollins, like security or something.
Like his lackey, and I don't like that.
The lackey,
Yeah,
I thought at first I thought this is a good thing because he's hovering around the main event guys, and I'm sure they plan on turning him babyface against Seth and at some point down the line, but that's going to take a while.
That's going to happen.
They're going to heat that up. It's not going to be 6 weeks. It's going to be 6 months most likely. So,
and yes, Braun Breaker is second generation, but he can't help it. A lot of these guys can't help that they had famous fathers, guys. I mean, that's not their fault. I just wish who I'd like to see win that Money in the Bank. I would have loved to have seen. Oh God, now I'm drawing a blank. Anyone but Seth Rollins at this point, but no.
Karrion Kross wasn't even in it.
I know.
He should have been in it.
And a lot of people were very disappointed. They had Karrion Kross got screwed or got robbed or whatever.
He wasn't even booked in a qualifying match. He wasn't.
To be honest, I was kind of looking forward to Solo Sikoa because you had Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez bitching about it on he gets booked and he's just a backward guy or he's just a back curtain guy and a backstage guy is what I'm thinking of. But then we saw didn't I tell you as soon as Jacob Fatu and Sikoa got in the ring, I said he's going to turn on him, isn't it? And that's exactly what happened.
They did the whole turn.
They did the whole turn.
Because eventually, JC Mateo, whatever his name is, and Jacob came out to try. So they fought Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and eventually, Jacob made it seem like it's gonna help Solo win until the last second, and then he said, "I hate you," and the fans popped for it, and he beat the crap out of him. Eventually,
I hate you. I hate you.
and eventually he puts Solo through the ladder, which was an obvious fake ladder, but still, I mean, he did that spot. And then fast forwarding towards the end, it looked like LA Knight was going to win Money in the Bank, and of course Seth.
That's the other one. You were like, I could see LA Knight taking it, but I think I agree with Jim Cornette that they were just really teasing the LA Knight.
Yeah,
thing.
they're just teasing. I mean that would, and then eventually he knocked him off, hit his finish on him, and Seth climbed and won the match. It's like they're messing with the fans because they know the fans want LA Knight to win and get into the main event picture, but they just won't put him over.
They just won't pull that trigger. Yeah, I know.
On him. I don't know why, whatever reason it is. Maybe they don't see him as a main eventer, but they see Jey Uso as one.
Yeah,
and they're very similar. They're very similar in that they not good workers, but they're over with the crowd. So, and that's Jey Uso for sure. You can't tell me he's a good worker because he really isn't.
No, but I think LA Knight is. He's a little bit of a better worker than Jey Uso, at least. But yeah, I think I agree with the fans that LA Knight was just a tease. It was just no, he didn't work.
And then at the end of the press conference, Triple H was like, "Well, I mean, patience. Good things come to people who are patient." Basically, like,
so
one day we'll push LA Knight. In front of you. Like, don't worry, one day we'll push him. He's already in his 40s, but one day we'll push him. Trust us. They're not going to push that motherfucker to the main event.
Not going to.
He'll be a mid card act.
Yeah,
he'll be a mid card to upper mid card act, and occasionally get a world title shot. But he'll lose every time and not become world champion. So that kind of like the Sami Zayn role, which he's fine. Sami Zayn is fine with, obviously, or else he would have left a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't know whether LA Knight's fine with that or he thinks he should be on top. I don't know, but all right, let's get to Go ahead. What are you going to say something?
Just real quick. I just think that there's a lot of mid card guys that I would like to see get to that level of Jey Uso and Cody. And again, guys, just because they are second generations or third generations doesn't mean anything. They didn't even have Randy Orton on this, and Randy Orton is over. The thing is, between first of all, second generations don't go to AEW because they know it's shit and they know they'll get hurt. Second and third generations. WWE knows how to treat second and third generations. At least they have started to start treating them better, because in our day, Kurt and Brett, Brett was champion. Kurt never got that chance. But I think that they are starting to, because they have kept second and third generations down for so long, that they have to kind of work with them.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, yeah, the main event is the tag team match between Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso defeating John Cena and Logan Paul by pinfall.
It was a Logan Paul. God, I hate that guy.
Logan Paul did fuck up his buckshot lariat at one point. He did fall before Jey Uso could.
You got me, you asshole! See, this is what I'm saying. Just because you're on YouTube does not mean you can wrestle. Again, you and me were on YouTube, but you don't see us getting in the ring, do you?
So the match itself was kind of slow. Jey Uso, they got the heat on Jey Uso for most of the match, and it was, again, most of the show felt slow. Like the matches were way too long for whatever reason. So yeah, Cody, eventually it was fine. Eventually Cody got the hot tag, beat up both Cena and Logan Paul. And there wasn't a ref bump. What happened was Logan Paul jumped and did a flip to the outside and put Jey Uso through an announce table. And the referee went outside, and that's when Cena grabbed his belt and hit Cody with it. But eventually some mysterious dude in a mask came out and beat up Cena. And then it turned, and then eventually slowly took off his jacket and took off the mask, and it was R-Truth. He's back.
R-Truth. I know. I
He
think
was
they kind of like teased us with the release. Now I'm starting to question the whole, because they also released supposedly Carlito. So now I'm like, wait, R-Truth, but okay. So now you have teased us to the point of you made his release, oh, well, R-Truth is back, y'all. I'm like, oh, god damn. Wait, they swerved us? You motherfuckers.
So R-Truth is back. He hit Cena with the belt, and he left real quick, and then Cody hit his finish and just pinned him 1, 2, 3, and hey, Cody wins. He's back. So Cody wasn't gonna lose his first match back, but they did it in a way to protect Cena too.
I don't know if I told you this on when we were live chatting or live tweeting.
We're kind of running late here, so give us a minute.
Yeah, just give us a few minutes, bro.
We'll finish up.
So I think honestly, what that was, I think they're giving Cody that win back and making, because I mean, Cody looks so weak. He looked weak up until, like John Cena seemed like he, no one could beat him. He's immortal, rah, 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 rah,
Mm-hmm.
he's big and bad and all those other things. But what this really did was I thought it brought out, that Cody's not weak and that the year-long championship that was with Cody when Cody was the champion was, oh, this is just a fluke, because it actually made Cena look weak now. Cena looked very, very weak in this match. The fact that
he ran.
I mean, R-Truth coming in, that had very little to do with it. It was more like just making Cody look like the hero that he once was, and making up for WrestleMania.
Yeah, and quite frankly, there's some people that, it was a work the whole time. Other people were claiming no, they were legitimately releasing him, and then they saw the fan reaction and brought him back in after that. It doesn't matter. It could be a combination of the two. It doesn't really matter because the fans got what they wanted and now he's back. It could have been a work all along. Triple H claimed, "Oh, you like the show? That's part of the show." He's never actually released. We were just bullshitting you.
Yeah, I mean, you got me, you motherfuckers. I was like, wait, what? I thought wait, what? Now, I'm saying, I think they are messing with us with Carlito. Same thing. I think they're messing with us. I wouldn't be surprised.
And now they're calling him Ron Killings and not R-Truth. I think they dropped their R-Truth.
Well, they can make Carlito whatever they want to.
Yeah.
They can not have to call him Carlito, but
he's Ron the Truth. He's Ron Killings now. So they came out with a new T-shirt and everything. They popped out. When they released him, all his T-shirts were gone and everything was gone from the website. They brought him back. It's a new shirt and all the old stuff is back. It's like, yeah, they probably were working us the whole time, and we all like, fell right for it.
It was a big swerve. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh man!
All right, so we do have to go over to the other platforms. So start going over there. That was Money in the Bank. It was okay. I mean,
it wasn't really that good, guys. I mean, and I say, AEW's not been good. Or has never been good, in my opinion. But I mean, WWE is, it's like, it's too long, it's too boring, and you're just like, okay, somebody just fucking win. I'm tired of it. Hey, Steven.
PG-13 era back again. That's what they need to do.
Oh, or something. Bring any other era but this one, because it's like, ugh. Just somebody get over. But the thing is, everybody's over, so even the heels are not really heels. Again, I go back to the John Cena chants. Let's go Cena, Cena sucks. Let's go Cena, Cena sucks. I mean, pick one, guys. You pick one. I mean, I hate John Cena. I don't like John Cena. I never have liked John Cena. I just wasn't a big Cena fan. So all I'm saying is these guys are just so over that literally turning them heel is worthless. Because they're going to cheer them anyway. There were Cena fans I'm still a Cena fan, then turn him back to babyface because nobody wants to boo him. It's like Austin at WrestleMania 18. Nobody wants to boo him. They always are going to cheer him. Same thing with Seth Rollins.
I don't know if it was WrestleMania 17, not 18.
Oh, 17. Excuse me. 17. That's what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
But still, nobody wanted to boo Austin at WrestleMania 17. No one wants to boo John Cena. So just turn him back babyface and let everything be
All right.
right as pie again.
So Money in the Bank was okay. Steven thought it sucked, and
I think it sucked too.
It was fine. They are building towards real quick before we go to the other clips to the other channels. They're building towards the Night of Champions show in Saudi Arabia. The King and Queen of the Ring is back, by the way. So they're going to have qualifying fatal 4-ways starting this Monday on Raw. And I'm like, what is Triple H's obsession with multi-people matches?
I don't
know. Because he's been booking a lot of that since he took over, like these multi-man, multi-girl matches.
Dubai instead.
I mean, I'm anything but Saudi Arabia. I mean, I would love to see CM Punk.
Israel,
that's why.
And Israel.
And that's the thing. I just don't think Punk was in for the whole. Okay. So the Night of Champions, we're going to be doing, Saudi Arabia. Pick something else. Anywhere but Saudi Arabia, because again, I want to see CM Punk. I don't want to see this stupid Saudi stupid shit.
All right, before we go, we're gonna go to the other shows and stuff, or the other
go
shows,
to
the other
Rumble,
channels.
Go to Kick.
So
I'm
gonna link
Substack.
I'm gonna link some of this here in the chat. So where I'm at. So that's the Kick page.
And Angel, if you didn't see the Xbox showcase earlier today, don't watch it. It was so ass compared to last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is the Rumble link here. So if you want to start going over there, we'll be wrapping up here in a minute.
I mean,
let's see.
If you want to, but you'll be disappointed. So.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's some trailers out there. Maybe I'll check out. If not, then whatever. And let's see. No. So yeah, I'm on Kick, Rumble, also Twitch. If you guys want to refer to go there, I'll link that down here as well. But yeah, we're gonna go over, watch some clips until around 9 o'clock. Sorry, because I'm used to Saturday, so I said 10 o'clock, but until 9 o'clock. Then check us out. If not, we'll see you guys next week, and most likely we're going to, I don't know what we'll discuss. I guess the build towards King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. That's all really what's going on. Maybe if anything interesting goes on.
Well, we can talk about Nikki Bella coming back on Raw, like anyone gives a fuck about Nikki Bella. Though I'm kind of glad that Cena's on SmackDown, because that would be a little awkward, because they are exes. Yeah. I think I was telling you that.
I mean, if Nikki's coming back, I mean, they should include Brie as well. I mean,
but she's with what's his name?
Bryan
Danielson.
Yeah, but
yeah,
still.
And then on AEW, they kind of have a Bryan Danielson. I can't keep the two together. I mean, what the fuck?
So, yeah, if you guys want to join us, go over there. If not, I guess we'll see you guys next Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern. So, hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope you guys check us out over in the other platforms I've linked. We just filmed episode 100 of your show. When is that going to be airing? Next month, I guess, before we go? Or you
probably late July, yeah. So we're celebrating 100 episodes of Nobody Beats Kurt Hennig Nobody, which formerly was Kurt Hennig was the best. Changed my mind. I figured it out.
Nobody beats The Undertaker.
No, everybody beats The Undertaker now. But Nobody Beats Kurt Hennig Nobody. We're going to celebrate 100 episodes. We did some talking about Ric Flair. We did some talking about, we showed clips from Kurt in 1992, and then we did 1997. So check that out. It'll probably come out like July, I'm thinking. July, probably end of July, maybe early August, because I'm only on 93 right now. So about 7 more episodes and we'll get there. So but if you want to check that out in late July, early August, just go over to my channel. Nobody Beats Kurt Hennig Nobody. And if you want to follow me on X, it's at Kurt Podcast 0420. Check me out, DM me, whatever you need to do. If you'd like to donate to the show, I have a PayPal and a Cash App. Whatever you want to do. If you do PayPal, please do the family and friends. And then also on my other channel, which is Whispers of the Craft, which used to be called Black Magic Talk, I'm doing actually email readings for you for $30. Again, you can pay me through Cashapp and Cashapp. If you would like a tarot reading from me, it's $30. So just go ahead and pay, and then send me your question. It's Mrs. Witchy. I think it's Miss Witch Perfect 0420 is the other show. So, but anyway, if you want to DM me or you want to email me, whatever, I give my email stuff on the show. So just send me an email with your question, and I'll do a tarot reading for you.
All right, so that's that. My donations links in the description box below. They're down there. They're in the chat. Whatever you're interested and you're inclined, I appreciate even whatever you can give. Also, forgot what I was going to say. Okay, well, it's not important, obviously, or else I would remember it. So, I want to thank everybody for watching. Go over the other platforms that I've linked in chat. Hope everybody has a great week. We're going to see you Friday for Angel in the afternoon and Saturday, 8 o'clock for Pro Wrestling Talk. Take care of yourselves and each other. Have a great week, and see you guys next time. All right, gotta get off the other YouTube thing. So just bear with me 1 second.
Still battling
another
the
gnat. Yeah, a stupid another gnat came in.
Is it
I found a dead one in my water. I had water on my table there, and I found a dead one floating. I'm like, oh, geez. Maybe I should have water in here all the time. That's a little gnat. One of those little fruit flies.